Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is April 16th, 2018. With a lottery now being held for CW slots, Congressman Kilili Sablan says he remains hopeful an extension of the CW visa program will pass the U.S. Congress. Congressman Kilili Sablan says the U.S. Workforce Act is, quote, looking good as far as a possible passage by the U.S. Senate. The CNMI was delivered a blow when the CW cap was cut by half by the Trump administration, and now, says Sablan, the announcement of a lottery for the limited slots is making matters worse.
The Trump administration decided to hold a lottery for the 4,999 CW permits. That was a slap in the face to everyone in the Marianas who made the effort and the expense to get their CW application in when the window opened on April 2nd.
An internal memo from Imperial Pacific was made public that indicates that they are under investigation by federal authorities. What, if any, impact could this have on the CNMI asking for an extension of CW workers, them being our largest private employer?
I am aware that there are more agents here than normal, and that has been for some time now, months. I understand that they're looking into many things, and including the Imperial Pacific. I don't know exactly if they're finding something. I hope not. But they're looking into more than just employment.
However, Sablan says that is about as much as he knows as far as a possible investigation goes.
They will not tell me specifics. But the Bloomberg report, when you read that carefully, it does point to many questions, such as how can a training facility with 16 tables or something have rolling chips of $32 billion. You have to ask yourself that.
If there were to be an indictment handed down in relationship to Imperial Pacific International, would that impact what we are trying to do in U.S. Congress with extending a CW visa?
Extending the CW is not just for Imperial Pacific. There are many companies here, legacy companies, that I have been trying to help.
Might they make it look bad?
I am going to try as hard as I can to protect the legacy companies.
Sablan says discovering labor abuses at the company actually helped shape the CW legislation.
Senator Murkowski and I had to work on a bill that stopped construction workers. That's in response to undocumented workers working as construction workers at IPI. Without that happening, I doubt if we would have a CW bill right now.
But, we asked Sablan, does he believe President Donald Trump will sign the legislation to extend the CW program?
No, that's the $6 million question, right? I would think that our governor has a much better relationship with the White House than I do, with the president actually. But I will also try to support the president signing it into law. The bill is the work of a bipartisan, bicameral group of offices, congressional offices, and I don't have any reason to think that President Trump will not approve it.
However, Sablan does acknowledge time is running out.
Yeah, we are behind the timeline. Our original plan was to get this done by December. It is now April. But it is it's looking really good in the Senate, I'll be honest with you. And once it gets done in the Senate, we'll work with my House colleagues and try and get it out those as well. The people I speak to understand the urgency of this bill.
And he says he will remain hopeful of its passage into law.
We're not done here. I'm waiting for this bill to become law before I proceed on to the next step, which is to once again try my fourth attempt to provide some kind of permanent status to many who have contributed to our islands, whose services we need more than they need us.